currently. So we're very excited about the new partnership. We're passing around some materials that explains a little bit more about it in detail. We've got a couple of folks handing around our presentation, and I'll give them just a minute to get those up to everybody. So from a order of events perspective, I'm going to kick things off and talk about what's going on in the industry and really, the economy and the impact that it's having on the parts business. And in a lot of respects, it's having a positive impact, or could have a positive impact, if you choose to capture some of the opportunity that's following that trend. We're also going to learn more about eBay, which, as everybody knows, is the world's largest online marketplace, the most reputable online marketplace in the industry, and Dora's going to talk to you about that. And then we're going to talk about what it takes to be successful in listing in eBay. And we have a testimonial here, someone who's actually a power user on eBay, to talk about his experience. And then we'll talk about how to get started. And I think that will drive a lot of questions. So what's happening in our industry? What we've seen is a huge demand or an increase in do-it-yourselfers. People are getting a lot more fiscally conscious with the downturn in the economy. They're looking for ways to reduce their spend. And one of the ways they're doing it, in addition to other activities that they do, people are starting to fix it themselves. And I don't know if anybody saw an article that was in Forbes magazine last month, but it talked about AutoZone and how they are seeing a huge increase in demand for do-it-yourselfers. In fact, they had someone who pulled up in a Jaguar and bought a do-it-yourself oil change kit. So it's really a sign of the economy that people are trying to go out there and get parts on their own. We also see that with our insurance customers as well. People are increasing their deductibles, so there's we got a lot more people in the insurance space who are fixing the cars more frequently themselves as well. We also, if you look at what's going on in the automotive trends, more than 2/3 of the people surveyed said that they plan to keep their cars longer than they ever have in the past. We're also seeing used market values decline for 7.5% to 8% year over year. And then 27% of the buyers in one survey switched from buying a new car to a used car. So a lot more people are buying older model vehicles, which have a lot more wear and tear, maintenance and repair. And again, that's driving some of the utilization for the do-it-yourselfers. As I mentioned, AutoZone, in that article, AutoZone last year was one of the top performing stocks in the stock market, far outperforming the Dow, and they're seeing a huge increase in sales and also net income. So, and then they're also seeing, as I mentioned, the person in the Jaguar, they're starting to see a change in their demographics as well. So people with higher end vehicles are also going out and sourcing parts. So, I just want to touch base real quickly, as far as the Hollander e-commerce bridge to eBay Motors. So again, what we're doing is building a bridge with eBay to enable a much easier, seamless process for selling parts on eBay. It's an all-in-one solution. It's risk-free in terms of pricing, and it also gives you as suppliers access to their customer base, which produces over 12 million hits a month for parts and accessories on the eBay website. So it will give you exposure to that. It's fully integrated with our systems, and it really is an opportunity for you as recyclers to capture this, get on this wave of the do-it-yourselfers and direct-to-consumer. So I know a lot of you, we've talked about it in our focus group, are starting to capture some of the retail space, and this is another tool that will enable you to do that. So before we jump into eBay, we just want to talk a little bit about best practices that we've seen, and this is what we've collected from feedback from some of our clients who are already doing this. But number one, describing your parts accurately and clearly is obviously critical to not only making a sale, but also pleasing your client to ensure that they bought what they were expecting. Pricing parts is critical, not only pricing them, but pricing them accurately so that they'll move in the retail space. Reviewing inventories for stockouts and those parts, so just ensuring that obviously the inventory is up to date, so that there aren't parts out there that someone thinks they're buying and they're not available in the inventory. Also, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I think Jimmy will talk to that about how critical it is to get the pictures right, to display them so that, again, a customer expectation is met and they feel like they're treated fairly. And lastly, I think the key to one of the keys to his success that he'll talk about is really just getting to know eBay and learning how to integrate and interact with them to have access to their online clients. So I'm going to turn it over to Dora from eBay, and we'll be here to answer any questions as it relates to the partnership or anything that we just talked about at the end. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. So hi, my name is Dora Fay. I'm from eBay Motors, and I want to talk to you a little bit more about the eBay Motors marketplace and some of the facts and figures about the size and the velocity of the marketplace that you may not already know. So eBay Motors is the world's largest online marketplace for parts and accessories. We're selling one part every second, a part or accessory every second. So that's separate than somebody shopping or researching or watching or bidding. That's basically one is moving every second, 24 hours a day. So it's an incredible velocity of parts that are moving on the site. What's that mean in dollars? Basically last year we moved $4.6 billion with the dollars worth of parts and accessories through the eBay Motors website. We get, as Jim mentioned earlier, 12 million unique visitors to eBay Motors, and that is at least 6 times as big than the next closest parts and accessories website. So if you're going to be selling parts online, eBay Motors is really the place to be. Every day we have over 8 million live listings, so there's already a ton of inventory, but actually what's really exciting about the Hollander partnership is that basically a lot of your inventory is currently offline. It's separated into yard by yard by yard in your internal locating systems, but it's not exposed to the general internet audience. And there's tons of demand out there, and we're really excited to be partnering to be able to bring this inventory online to drive all of our mutual businesses. So demand is our engine. So some of the other velocity stats, I already mentioned that we sell a part or accessory every second. We move a motorcycle part every 5 seconds. We sell a wheel or a tire every 26 seconds, and an engine or a component every 36 seconds. Right? So every couple of seconds something is moving. As far as automotive online retail share, earlier I told you that we get basically 6 times the traffic of the next closest competitor. And then by traffic sort of market share, our calculation is that we have about 58% market share of everybody who's shopping online for automotive. The next closest is AutoZone.com at only 3%, so you're massively bigger. When you start doing it by page views, our numbers actually go to about 80%, so that seemed even more outrageous than I used about 58%. And these are in your slides, if you have a copy, that's on slide 9 now. So slide 10 is basically talking about how the parts opportunity continues to grow online for a couple of reasons. Most parts are not online. This is an industry that is historically unpenetrated as far as online presence. There's somewhere in the single digits of all parts in the universe that are online. Only about 2 to 5 to 8% of them are online, which means that 90% of parts available for sale are not online. And then eBay's growth is part of that, and we were driving that. But from a Jupiter Research, which is one of the think tanks that measures online trends, they forecast that parts will continue to outpace general e-commerce growth through 2012.